On the news tonight, Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, calls for increased vigilance and collective action to protect vulnerable persons as the nation marks the World Day Against Trafficking in Persons. Plus, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Lagos State, set to commence public display of information of candidates across political parties. Good evening and thanks for joining us on NTA Lagos Channel 10 News at 7. I am Musa Toliat. President Bola Tinubu has expressed confidence that the prospective creation of state police and a more empowered forest guard system will be great factors, while his administration is giving what he described as geographical and numerical answers to security challenges in Nigeria. It was when he received a delegation of traditional rulers from Oyo State in the State House. Correspondent Musbau Dan Wahab reports that the president also opened up on why the government refused to pay ransom to terrorists during the rescue mission of the Owerri students.
Olubada of Ibadan, Oba Rashidi Ladoja, led this set of traditional rulers from Oyo State to the presidential villa. For him, it was another meeting with his longtime ally, with whom he shares similar political history, President Bola Tinubu. Coming with them was a message of appreciation to the president on the successful rescue of the kidnapped Owerri pupils and teachers, which Olubada believes has sent a strong message to the terrorists. But going forward, the traditional rulers conversed for security presence in the forest around Oyo, which spans up to Niger State, to check the enemies of state.
It has now brought a turning point in the issue of kidnapping in Nigeria, not only in Oyo State. Because people now know that you now have a president who will not negotiate from the position of weakness with any kidnapper. So thank you very much for the President.
They thanked President Tinubu for the infrastructure renewal across Nigeria and hope the momentum continues to leave an irreversible legacy after his administration.
Congratulations.
President Tinubu, who attributed the success in the rescue mission to the cooperation of Nigerians and the resilience of the security agencies, assured that structures and approaches have been designed to get better results in addressing security challenges across the country.
You will have seen we've given a geographical and numerical answer to the challenges. We refused to pay ransom. These criminals wanted us to release from detention members of their criminal gangs that were already arrested. That was one of their conditions, outside of the money they're looking for. And we said, no deal. We are not going to negotiate with criminals. They committed murder. And we were ready to finish with their families and members of their own communities. So we know what it is. And in answer to it, you've seen that from 8 divisions now, we are now moving to 12 divisions to shorten the response time, to give that response time the teeth that is needed for us to defeat terrorism and banditry. It is very necessary, and we are doing so.
While calling for continued vigilance and cooperation of Nigerians, he says government is perfecting strategies to prevent the age-long dreaded abuse of state police.
Several decades of fears and uncertainty about what to do about security at the local level will be corrected. There will be state police. And that state police, we have a guardrail from abuses. We will protect it from abuses.
On the march talked about constitutionally recognized role for traditional rulers, The president says plans are underway to meet with monarchs from across the country soon. From the State House, Musbah and Wahab, NC News.
Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu aligns with the resolve and commitment of the global community to end human trafficking in all its forms and protect the dignity, freedom, and rights of every individual. In a message marking 2026 World Day Against Trafficking in Persons, the First Lady says the theme, Trapped Behind the Scam, not only draws attention to the growing threat of human trafficking as a form of modern-day slavery, usually perpetrated through online scams, force and transnational organized crime, but also highlights the need to increase public awareness, enforcement of relevant laws, and support for survivors. She calls for vigilance to protect the vulnerable and ensure that no one falls victim of exploitation, noting that through collective action, the nation can build a safer society where every person can live in freedom, dignity, and hope. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) Lagos State Office is hereby notifying registered political parties, nominated candidates, political stakeholders, and the general public of the commencement of the public display of Form EC9, the affidavit in support of personal particulars, submitted by candidates sponsored by political parties for the presidential, senatorial, and House of Representatives elections. According to a press statement signed by the head of Department, Voter Education and Publicity, INEC Lagos State, Esther Ime, the display, which commences on the 1st of August 2026, is in line with Section 29 of the Electoral Act 2022. The statement explains that forms containing candidates' personal particulars, credentials, and sworn affidavits are available for public inspection at the INEC Lagos State headquarters in Sabo, Yaba, as well as the Commission's local government area offices within affected constituencies. INEC encouraged members of the public to carefully examine the documents and utilize the legal provisions of the Electoral Act, where they believe false information or forged documents have been submitted by any candidate. The Commission reaffirmed its commitments to transparency, accountability, and the conduct of free, fair, and credible elections, while urging all stakeholders to support the electoral process. The Lagos State Police Command has intensified efforts to prevent crime through public enlightenment, sensitizing transport operators, traders, and other stakeholders on the dangers of drug abuse, cultism, and election violence. The awareness program, organized by the Police Campaign Against Cultism and Other Vices in collaboration with the Apapa Igomu Local Council Development Area, focused on strengthening community participation in crime prevention and promoting peaceful coexistence. Commissioner of Police, Lagos State Police Command, Tijani Fatai, who was represented by ACP Oyinyechi Onwamagu, urged participants to reject all forms of criminality, stressing that transport operators and traders occupy strategic positions in supporting security through timely and credible information. She also advised community members not to harbor criminal elements within their environment. The program featured goodwill messages from the executive chairman of Apapa Igomu LCDA, divisional police officers, and other stakeholders who called for sustained collaboration between residents and security agencies in tackling crime and maintaining public safety. You're still watching NTA Lagos Channel 10 News at 7. More reports after this break. Stay with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's taking the floor right now to performing Tina Newman. Let's go! I will give you
The NTA Lagos Channel 10 Baby and Mama Show is here again. The 2026 World Breastfeeding Week is a global awareness campaign by WABA to support breastfeeding of babies between ages 0 to 2 years. This year's theme is breastfeeding for a sustainable start in life, strengthening what works. Join us in NTA Lagos Channel 10 as we celebrate the new generation. Activities include drama, health talk, quiz, and of course the baby show contest. there will be lots of surprises as mothers will smile home with loads of prizes. Are you a mother with an exclusively breastfeeding baby of 0 to 6 months? Then this event is for you. Date 4th of August 2026, time 10 a.m. Venue NTA Lagos Channel 10 Tejuesho Yaba. Register now with the Finance Department NTA Lagos Channel 10. For more inquiries, please call Debola 0802 790 4193, GMO 0803 830 1669, Jumoke 0803 919 7639. The NTA Lagos Channel 10 Baby and Mama Show 2026. Healthy babies, happy mothers, stronger communities.
The home is under attack, but not for long, cause Hypo is here. Dirty floors and surfaces.
Not on our watch.
Dirty and stains no fit do us shakara. We got the remedy, original palasa. Hypo, go hypo.
Germs always find a way back.
No green. Protect every day with Hypo.
Hypo, go hypo.
Do you need hotel service that runs hospitality business as real business? Then look no further, because Suru Express Hotels is readily available to meet your hotel accommodation needs in a cozy and serene atmosphere. Courtesy and care greet your arrival at our front desk while you're checking out our various rooms, suites, deluxe, standard and express gold, all fitted for purpose you desire. Healthy nutrition is also a top priority at our tastefully organized restaurants in Suru Express Hotels. With our ultra-modern gymnasium, maintaining your fitness is guaranteed in a conducive atmosphere. To unwind and reduce stress, our world-class standard swimming pool and game centers are always available. We are strategically located in Surulere, Ikeja GRA, Ikorodu, to provide unparalleled hospitality and free parking and top-notch security. A choice of any Suru Express hotel is a choice made with wisdom.
Thanks for staying tuned to NTA Lagos Channel 10 News at 7. Political leaders, community stakeholders, and youth converged on Ikeja, Lagos for the inauguration of the Lagos State Chapter and Executive Council of the City Boy Movement, an initiative founded by Seyi Tinubu. The event focused on youth participation in governance, civic engagement, and grassroots mobilization, with speakers calling for greater involvement of young Nigerians in nation building. Oluwabukola Akonde reports.
To different trades of life and looking at the right opportunity to connect in this, the most important step that will take.
The City Boy Movement, a youth-focused initiative founded by Seyi Tinubu, son of the President Bola Tinubu, has inaugurated its Lagos State Chapter and Executive Council. The event in Ikeja attracted party leaders, community stakeholders, youth, and supporters who gathered to unveil this chapter and reaffirmed the movement's commitment to youth participation, leadership, and civic engagement. Speaking on the vision of the initiative, the National Director General of the City Boy Movement, Tosin Shoga, said the movement is designed to encourage greater youth involvement in governance and nation building through grassroots engagement.
Every Nigerian deserves to be heard. Every Nigerian deserves an opportunity. Every community deserves to be included. For too long, many young people have watched from the sideline, believing leadership belongs to others. This era is over. The future of Nigeria cannot be built without the energy, creativity, resilience, and innovation and leadership of its youth.
The Director General of the Lagos State Chapter, Moyosore Ogunlewe, the state coordinator, and other party leaders described the inauguration as a significant step towards expanding the movement's grassroots presence. They expressed optimism that the initiative would provide more opportunities for young people to participate in leadership, community development, and civic engagement.
The President has done so much for the youth of this country. As you can see clearly, I'm one of the benefactors as a young person It made me involved in government. Let me just give you an example. Nel Fund, people now have access to funds to go to school. Smedan, grants, so many other things, a lot of things going on. And that's what we're going to put into the youth of this country.
If we work closely to make sure that we bring back our president, the president will believe in us, the president will believe in the entire youth of this country. We want a greater future for us, and we have no other choice than to align with this project.
The highlight of the event was the inauguration of the Lagos State Executive Council of the City Boy Movement, with members charged to uphold the ideals of the initiative and work towards empowering young people and promoting sustainable community development across the state. In Lagos, Oluwabukola Akonde, NTA News.
Child labor remains a major concern in Nigeria, while cultural practices and economic realities often blur the line between responsibility and exploitation. In this special report, Deborah Adeyefa examines when helping at home becomes harmful to a child's future.
The International Labour Organization defines child labor as work that deprives children of their childhood, potential and dignity, especially when it interferes with education or endangers their health. Similarly, UNICEF warns that any work that keeps children out of school or exposes them to risk violates their fundamental rights. Even so, the United Nations estimates that millions of children are still engaged in child labor globally, with sub-Saharan Africa accounting for a significant share. Some residents say while children's involvement in work is often a necessity, it shouldn't affect their education, dignity, and mental health.
In a family where one is here to get a foot on the womb, they can decide, okay, let's give you this, train him or her like your child, but it will turn to the other way around because such people don't have the experience of giving birth to a baby.
If a child hasn't gotten to the age of adulthood, I do not think that it's right to engage such child in any form of labor. Let a child be a child. Let them play their play. Let them do what they can do at their age.
In Nigeria, the Child Rights Act guarantees protection from exploitative labor, and in addition, UNESCO identifies education as a key tool in breaking the cycle of poverty and child labor. Yet, the practice persists. Experts warn that when children's work affects their education or exposes them to harm, it becomes exploitation.
Poverty plays a major role in child labor. And then parents should have the orientation. They should have a shift of mindset from seeing children as contributors to the family welfare to seeing them as investments.
In a situation where you are giving a child a heavy tax, giving a child a risky tax, is child labor. What can we do? We need to strengthen our law enforcement and make sure that the offenders didn't go free. Community monitoring and reporting system. We need to work with the stakeholders in the rural area. People that this thing are really affecting, they are not on WhatsApp, they are not on TikTok, they are not on any social media. In fact, I don't think they have phones that can browse. So they need to do more community monitoring.
For key players, while responsibility can be taught, it should never come at the cost of a child's future. Striking a balance between cultural practices and child protection remains key to ensuring that every child has the opportunity to learn, grow, and thrive. In Lagos, Deborah Adeyefa, NTA News.
The differences of opinions in Islam may arise due to varying interpretations of religious texts and issues of jurisprudence, but scholars must not create needless division that will affect brotherhood in Islam. This was part of the sermon delivered by Imam Abdulrazak Idowu at NTA Lagos Channel 10 Mosque. Abdul Hamid Sanusi reports.
Imam Abdulrazak Idowu stated that Islam recognizes legitimate differences in matters where there is room for interpretation, while nothing that many scholars arrived at different rulings based on their understanding of the Quran and Sunnah. He cited examples from the companions of the Prophet Muhammad who sometimes held different opinions yet maintained mutual respect and brotherhood. Imam Edo also stressed that Muslims should distinguish between fundamental aspects of the religion, where unity is essential. He warned against extremism, intolerance of others over issues that are open to scholarly interpretation. Imam Abdul Razak thereafter led the congregation into obligatory Jummah Rakat. Some faithful react to the Jummah sermon.
When you are divided, Allah said that فَتَفْشَلْ, you lose. وَتَذْهَبَ رُوحُكُمْ, and you lose your strength, your power. So the power of Islam lies in the unity of the Muslims.
The sermon will always tell us about the fear of God. Whatever is your religion, either Christian or Muslim, you must be free with each other.
Unity among Muslims, unity among imams, unity among the congregation, unity about everybody. Unity, purely unity.
Part of the take-home from the Jummah sermon is the need for the faithful to avoid disunity due to harmless divergent views in Islamic rulings. In Lagos, Abdulhamid Sanusi, NTA News.
That report concludes the English version of the NTA Lagos 10 News at 7. Ololade is standing by with the Yoruba version of the news. Good evening.
Ẹ kálẹ́ àsìkò iṣẹ́ àtòwúrọ̀ rẹ́núdé ṣojú móhùnmáwòrán láti lè ṣe àmóhùnmáwòrán ìjọba àpapọ̀ ìkọ̀rí kẹwàá lọ́ládé alímẹ̀ṣọ́ oníròyìn. Àjọ elétò ìdìbò àpapọ̀ INEC ẹ̀ka ti ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó ti fi tó àwọn ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú tó forúkọ sílẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ àjọ náà, àwọn olùdíje, àwọn tó ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ òṣèlú àti gbogbo ènìyàn létí pé ṣíṣe àfihàn fọ́ọ̀mù tí a mọ̀ sí EC9 tó ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú ìwé ìbúra tí àwọn olùdíje fi ṣọwọ́ fún ipò. Àtẹ̀jáde náà ṣàlàyé pé nínú fọ́ọ̀mù náà ni ìwé ẹ̀rí tí olùdíje fi ṣe ìbúra wà. Àǹfààní wà fún àwọn ará ìlú láti ṣàyẹ̀wò ìwé náà ní olú iléeṣẹ́ àjọ INEC tó wà ní Sábó, Yàbá àti ní àwọn ọ́fíìsì àjọ náà tó wà ní àwọn ìjọba ìbílẹ̀. INEC wá rọ àwọn ará ìlú láti ṣàyẹ̀wò ìwé náà yebeyebe kí wọ́n sì lo àǹfààní òfin tí wọ́n bá kẹ́fìn àìṣedéédé nínú ìwé tí olùdíje fi ṣọwọ́. Àjọ INEC wá ṣàtẹnumọ́ ìpinnu rẹ̀ fún gbangba làṣàǹtà ṣíṣe àkóyawọ́ àti ṣíṣe ètò ìdìbò tí yóò lọ ní ìrọwọ́rọsẹ̀ pẹ̀lú pípè fún ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ gbogbo àwọn sọ̀rọ̀ náà kan. Àwọn olùdarí òṣèlú, àwọn alẹ́nulọ́rọ̀ láwùjọ àti àwọn ọ̀dọ́ péjú sí Ìkẹjà fún ìfilọ́lẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ ìgbìmọ̀ adarí City Boy ẹ̀ka ti ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó. Ẹgbẹ́ yìí ni ọmọ bíbí ààrẹ Tinubu, ìyẹn Ṣèyí Tinubu dá sílẹ̀. Ayẹyẹ náà ló fojúsùn kíkópa àwọn ọ̀dọ́ nídìí ọ̀rọ̀ ìṣàkóso àti líla àwọn ènìyàn ìgbèríko lọ́yẹ̀ lórí ojúṣe wọn. Nínú èyí tí àwọn olùbánisọ̀rọ̀ ti pè fún lílọ́wọ́ ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn ọ̀dọ́ nídìí ọ̀rọ̀ ìdàgbàsókè orílẹ̀-èdè yìí. Akọ̀ròyìn Olúwabùkọ́lá Akàndé jábọ̀ ròyìn pé níbi ayẹyẹ tó wáyé ní Ìkẹjà ni a ti rí àwọn adarí ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú, àwọn aṣáájú àwùjọ, àwọn alẹ́nulọ́rọ̀, àwọn ọ̀dọ́ àti àwọn alátìlẹyìn tí wọ́n péjú láti ṣe ìfilọ́lẹ̀ ẹ̀ka ẹgbẹ́ náà ní ẹkùn Èkó pẹ̀lú tẹnumọ́ pé ìpinnu ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀hún dá lórí kíkópa àwọn ọ̀dọ́ nídìí ọ̀rọ̀ àdarí àti ètò ìlú. Nígbà tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ìran ojúṣe ẹgbẹ́ yìí, olùdarí àgbà ẹgbẹ́ City Boy lápapọ̀ Tósìn Ṣọ̀gá ṣàlàyé pé ojúṣe ẹgbẹ́ náà ni láti fún àwọn ọ̀dọ́ láǹfààní nínú ètò ìṣàkóso àti ìdàgbàsókè orílẹ̀-èdè nípasẹ̀ ṣíṣe àmúlò ìgbèríko. Olùdarí àgbà fún ẹ̀ka ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó Mọ́yọ̀sọ́rẹ́ Ògúnlẹ́wà ṣàlà alákòóso ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó àti àwọn adarí ẹgbẹ́ yòókù ṣàpèjúwe ìfilọ́lẹ̀ náà gẹ́gẹ́ bí èyí tó ṣe kókó tó ṣe mú ìmúgbòòrò bá ẹgbẹ́ ní àwọn ẹsẹ̀ kúkúrú jákèjádò ìpínlẹ̀ yìí. Wọ́n ní ó ṣeé ṣe kí èrò ṣe ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ nípa ìtumọ̀ tí àwọn ènìyàn fún ohun tí wọ́n kà nínú ìwé ẹ̀sìn. Síbẹ̀ kò yẹ kí àwọn onímọ̀ ẹ̀sìn máa dá ìyapa sílẹ̀ èyí tó lè nípa búburú lórí àwọn ọmọ ìyàwó nínú ẹ̀sìn Islam. Èyí ni ara ohun tí Imam Abdulrozak Idowu tí iléeṣẹ́ amóhùnmáwòrán ìjọba àpapọ̀ Fani Kẹwàá tó fi ṣáájú wáàsí rẹ̀ níbi ìrun túbà méjì tí wọ́n kí lónìí. Akọ̀ròyìn wa Abdulhamid Sanusi ló jábọ̀ ìròyìn ilé yìí tó ẹ̀yin ará ilé kòńdùkọ́pọ̀ tí ń bá náà ní ọbẹ̀ ògì. Ìròyìn wa kò ní jù báyìí lọ fún ti àṣálẹ́ tòní. Ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé a ti ń lọ sí òpin ọ̀sẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ gbogbo tábà máa ṣe. Ká dẹ̀ rántí ètò ìdàgbàsókè orílẹ̀-èdè olójèmí àti yín lógún. Orúkọ tèmi ò yí padà. Lọ́ládé Alimi Ẹ̀ṣọ́ ló sọ fún yín pé ó dàárọ̀ ká sùn rè.